You actually talked about that in next episode.
Let me start that just section.
Yeah.
Just gonna do that. So Yay, you're here. Welcome to How to Be a Grown-Up with CK and GK. Let's get started. Actually have food in my teeth? I feel like I have food in my teeth.
I don't think so.
This is an audio show.
I mean,
Hi, everyone. We're so glad that you
Hello.
are here. Welcome to How to Be a Grown-Up. This is the show for moms who take their ADHD meds and then forget to eat until 4, but then completely destroy the entire pantry and then have food in their teeth like I do right now. So that voice you hear is Ariella Monti. She's the author of Roots in Ink, and she's a warm chocolate chip cookie with a side of brilliant ideas.
Oh, I love chocolate chip cookies.
There really is something in my teeth. I can feel it. Anyway, today we are talking about ADHD and food, because as much as I love food and you love food and we all love food, sometimes it's just too hard to do anything but grab a handful of goldfish and a slice of watermelon and call it good. That's my meal.
You're eating fruit with the watermelon.
Tahini,
so,
and lots of tahini. Watermelon break is
that's a complete
key.
meal right there.
I completely agree. It's very hydrating. Variety of flavors, umami. Before we do that, are you following us on social media? You should be, because that's where all the cool kids are wasting their time. You can find the show at CK and GK Podcast, CKANDGK Podcast, on all of your favorite social media channels except for Twitter, because there's a hard pass on Twitter these days. X, whatever it's called, don't care.
Yeah.
And you can find Ariella at Ariella_Monti, MONTI, on Threads or Instagram and on TikTok. So go do that while you're listening to us talk about ADHD and food. Let's do this.
All right. So our sources for today are a plethora of places.
Nice.
Including Attitude Magazine, which we've used. Self at Magazine had a really good article on ADHD and eating. The Instagram for the ADHD dietitian, Cleveland Clinic, and some other more sciencey minded and focused websites. So just as a contact warning before we get into it, I want to let our listeners know that we can't really talk about ADHD and food struggles without touching on eating disorders. It's not going to be the bulk of our conversation, but it is going to come up. If you suspect that you have an eating disorder or you want help with disordered eating, please contact a board-certified health professional. Neither one of us
are those people.
Are that.
No. And a therapist would be good too. Like both in your pocket would be great to have. That's
Absolutely.
Not us.
So if this is not an episode, if conversations about eating disorders or disordered eating is a trigger for you, your mental health comes first. So we will not be upset.
Nope.
If you just turn everything off and go take care of yourself. With that said, dopamine and food. Dopamine is a wonderful thing, and I wish we had more of it. Literally.
Ultimately, here's what I learned the other day. I'll find the video and send it to you. It's by a mom who has neurospicy children, and she was saying that she was very concerned about medicating her child. She was learning about what medications would be best for their ADHD journey. And the doctor is like, I think people need to stop thinking of medicine for ADHD the way that as like a control, as a hampering. It's really not what it is. Medication, ADHD, what's lacking is dopamine, which wakes your brain up, right? It's not that your brain is overactive or whatever. It's that your brain is sleepy, so you can't focus on what you need. So it's really, really interesting to think of medication as a that's why caffeine helps, right? Because it wakes your brain up. There's all these things. But dopamine, I hadn't thought of that way. And I realized that I just completely interrupted you as you were starting our topic for today. But I thought it was fascinating to think of it as dopamine is a neurotransmitter that wakes your brain up. Like how fascinating is that? Oh, anyway.
Yeah, and medication would be like store-bought dopamine. If you don't make it yourself, store-bought is fine.
Better living through pharmacology.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so people with ADHD, they lack appropriate levels, or if you think of it as like a supply of dopamine. And this is, like we said, a neurotransmitter that regulates basic aspects of our existence. So executive function, working memory, emotional regulation, impulse control. And so when we lack the appropriate levels of dopamine, we also lack the ability to exist functionally.
Finish our sentences.
Finish our sentences. Exactly.
Yes.
So we're constantly chasing dopamine, and food is a way we can temporarily increase dopamine. We can kind of, if you think of it as a well, like a water well where you get water. If you think of it as a well.
Sorry, I'm good.
I'm done with this metaphor because it is not working. Anyway.
Rewind and go. Okay.
So food is a way we can temporarily increase our dopamine, and generally when we need more dopamine, we crave carb-rich foods or foods that have some kind of strong sensory experience, like crunchy, salty, sweet, or sour.
I have heard of sugar also being because like especially processed foods have like high levels of sugar. So I've heard of people with ADHD having higher sugar cravings than other people too. So that would make sense.
Yeah. Exactly. So like that, the carb rich. So when they talk about carb rich, they're kind of talking about they're talking about it in a very like general, like sugar sort of form.
Okay. Got it.
Not just like breads and stuff, like, yes, breads, but also, yeah, like anything that is like high in sugar. So I guess like ice cream would be a good one. It's got carbs in it because it's got sugar in it.
Yeah.
So Caitlin.
Yeah.
What are some of your dopamine boosting foods?
Nerds gummy clusters. Anything sour.
Those are amazing.
I love sour Skittles. Give me all the red number 5. I love hot tamales. She says as she ingests carcinogens. I really anything sour, but I also I love like anything with like a salty, like key lime or spicy, like like Tajín is like one of those things. That kind of flavor is just really, really good to me. So if there's like tortilla chips with that sort of lime and salt flavor, I'll go for those too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the opposite in that I prefer sweet to salty.
Yeah.
Sour is very specific. Like it's the thing I eat when I'm on road trips most often. Okay. So if I'm in the car, I'm going to be in the car for a while, regardless if I'm driving or if I'm a passenger. I always want like Sour Patch watermelons or something like that.
Yes.
Those are my favorite. Otherwise, mine tend to be like Welch's fruit snacks are a big one for me. Cookies, especially soft baked ones, any kind of bread. Pre-ADHD diagnosis and appropriate medication. I had phases in college where I was just plowing through boxes of multigrain Cheerios.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, I would just eat bowls and I don't drink milk. So it was just like bowls of dry cereal and slices of Wonder Bread, like straight from the bag. Yeah.
Cereal with no milk? Like just straight cereal.
I know.
I can do that like
cereal.
as like a snack. I can do that, but I couldn't just like eat it in a bowl. But I have you know what else I really love is Crispix or like corn Chex. But I had
Yep.
but that was something that I would often gravitate towards because it was easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
So there are some common food struggles amongst people with ADHD. So what would you say are your biggest food-related ADHD struggles?
Definitely like, well, I will hyperfixate and forget to eat, which is a problem. And then I'll end up hangry and I feel my brain start to hurt and my blood sugar crash. So that's one big one. Any kind of preparing of food. So like if I buy grapes from the store, I have to wash them and like pull them off the vine immediately after I get them home. Otherwise, they will sit in that bag because I don't want to get them out and prepare them. It's not even hard. It's too, in my mind, it's too much work to do that. And then like certainly just eating healthfully is a big issue for me. Like I'd rather go for the sugar or what's easy, a prepared protein bar or something like that I don't have to put together. Just because again, it's the preparation of something is a really big hurdle for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are the same things that I struggle with, like putting off eating until I'm starving because I'm hyper focused on a thing. And I'm always like, oh, just like another 5 minutes. And then 45 minutes goes by. And then once I do finally get to eat, I am so overwhelmed by the thought of having to prepare myself something that I just binge eat fruit snacks.
Yeah.
Or I throw, frozen mozzarella sticks in the air fryer and eat those. Like, because that is like all I can
muster up.
Manage.
Yep. That's all I have the spoons
it's
for.
all I can muster to do.
Yeah. Yep.
And like all these episodes on ADHD that we've been doing we've been focusing on like certain hallmarks of ADHD and the same impairments that we have with like creativity show up in our challenges with food. So hyperfocus is a big one. Focused on what we're doing that we don't notice our body's hunger cues. And this is where medication this is one of the downsides of medication would be the appetite suppressant part of it. So now we're not hungry because of our medication if we're on it. But then we also, maybe once we do start finally feeling hungry, we don't notice it until like we're ready to set the house on fire because we're starving or cry, like one or the other.
That's my usual go-to is the crying. Like, I don't understand why I'm not okay. And like put a snack in front of me and I'm like, oh, I'm so much better now.
Exactly.
Oh dear. Okay.
And then just the trouble of transitioning from what we're doing to eating something. So like just the ability to go from one task to another, that transition time. And, this hyperfocus and these issues with hyperfocus can lead to just completely skipping meals, or binge eating, or both, skipping a meal and then binge eating. And then nutrient deficiencies that are related to that. So if you are skipping a meal and then binging chips just to get something into your body and then like forgetting to eat again,
Caitlin,
because now you're not hungry and you get stuck like doing a thing. And now like, where are your vitamins? And like, you can only subsist on chips for so long.
Yeah,
right. You don't have them. Right. So,
right.
So that's the issue that comes with hyperfocus. Impulsivity. And this can kind of look different for everybody, but it's the constant seeking of stimulation that food gives us. So that's where we were kind of talking about like the sensory experience of food. So the crunchy, the salty, the sour, all of that sensory experience can give us a little boost of dopamine.
Mhm.
But it's the not slowing down to kind of assess how our mind and our body is feeling. So think about it like you've had a big dinner and you're already super full, but somebody puts down a plate of the like most perfect chocolate chip cookies like you've ever seen.
Oh, like the Otis
And-
Spunkmeyers that are all warm.
Oh, see, I don't think those are the best ones.
Well, but there was whatever those ones were in high school where they would like heat them up for you, and then you could, maybe this is just ours. Those are what I'm talking about. Well, those weren't Otis Spunkmeyer. Those
Okay.
are something else.
So my school district that I went to, they think they used to like make their cookies like from scratch in like bulk, but like make their cookies from scratch, and they were literally the greatest cookies I've ever had in my
I
life.
think
and
about
have
those regularly.
continued to have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Anyway,
But so
Those are the
somebody
cookies.
puts,
I'm picturing
you know,
them. I see them. I smell them. I can taste them in
so
my
that's
face.
the ones that exactly. So you grab one, but they're so good that you go and grab another, but you're impulsively grabbing them without paying attention to your body telling you, hey, if you put another cookie inside of me, I will vomit. So you just keep, it's the eating kind of without thought, you know?
Well, and you're fixated on the flavor. Like the flavor is what's giving you the happy feeling, or like the texture, whatever it is. That's what's giving you the happy. And so that's what you're seeking out, but you're not, but it's so strong that you're also unable to process your stomach telling you, please, Lordy, no more. Like,
Yes,
yeah, I've
exactly.
done that. Okay. All right.
Right. And so that can lead to binge eating, and it can also lead to feeling out of control around food. Like if you know that you do that, it can really start to wear on your own mental health and your anxiety. So if now you might start feeling like anxious around food because you feel impulsive around it.
That also makes me think of like the shame. Like everyone else stops at one cookie, but I need to have 4. And like, how embarrassing is that? Like that's where that's another one that okay. All right.
Exactly. Executive dysfunction. So this is
the hallmark.
This is the big one. Yeah, this is the big one. This is the big one. So trouble organizing tasks, regulating our emotions, setting and sticking to schedules. We struggle with multi-step tasks like food prep or even following a recipe. Like how many recipes have we, just...
Or like started without having all the ingredients.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
That's probably my biggest issue around it.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah. Anyway.
Yep. You know how many times I've started making macaroni and cheese, like boxed macaroni and cheese, got like the water boiling, the pasta in, and I find that I don't have like butter.
Yeah.
Or I don't have milk. And like, all right, I guess we're gonna just wing it here, And then the food doesn't have that same like now it's disappointing and it doesn't have that same like dopamine hit.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like now, and I have been there, and the food doesn't taste as good. The other thing is, I'm very thankful that we live very close to a grocery store, like across the street, basically across a busy street, but still across the street, because I will like start to get really down on myself when I forget an ingredient, and my sweet husband will be like, do you need me to run across the street? Do you need me to go get this right now? No, you don't have to. Like crying, and he's like, okay, I'll be right back. And 10 minutes later, I have what I need. Like, bless him. Seriously.
Yep. Yes. Yep. It happens all the time.
Yep.
The big one that I would do and can continue to do is forgetting to take meat out of the freezer.
All the time, every time. Or forgetting to turn on the crock pot.
Yes.
That's the other one.
Yeah. Or starting the crock pot too late.
Yes.
Like not taking prep time you're like, I've got time, but like you forgot to like add the hour of prep time of like cutting stuff and all of that, like that is
time management, all under
of that.
Yeah.
Right. So this leads to science experiments in the fridge of all the produce that you bought just to die in your refrigerator.
So much.
So many. It's a little bit better now that we have chickens. So like we can throw them stuff before it, overwhelm while grocery shopping and getting lots and lots of takeout, which, is a lot of money, and listen, like if takeout works for you, like go for it. But that is a symptom of your ADHD impacting your food making decisions. And then the emotional dysregulation with it that can perpetuate kind of other cycles. So like skipping meals because it's all too much, but then just binge eating after that.
Or think about how when you're hangry, like it's made the hanger that when I compare like my husband's hanger to my hanger or my son's hanger, they're very different. He's not an ADHD person and my son and I are. And that emotional dysregulation, I feel like it takes even longer to come down from one because we already feel it more intensely anyway. But then you add to it that we haven't eaten or we haven't wanted to eat. And then the medication wears off and now we're starving. And there's so much more that goes into that other thing. It's really interesting. You know what else I just thought about too, like that's related to kind of all of this is I was thinking about the hyperfixation piece. I'm sure you've done this. Have you ever hyperfixated on a particular food? Like on a type of, and then you eat it and you eat it and you eat it and it's the only thing you want and you eat it every day for like months. And then all of a sudden you're like sick of it. Like, that to me, like when your fallback food, like when the food you've been relying on stops being what you want, there is a piece of that is coming in. That's not related to like any one of these things you talked about so far, but I feel like they're all kind of, it does sort of fit into each one of those categories somehow. Yeah. Anyway.
Definitely. Like, that's how it was for a lot of foods for me. And the frustration and the anxiety that you can feel when that backup food and that safe food is no longer a safe food, and then you need something to replace it. And it's just like this it's just this like period of time where you're just sitting there wondering what you're going to eat.
Right.
Because the thing that you had for lunch every single day for months, like, is no longer appealing.
Right. I would think that is a kind of disordered type of eating, honestly. Like just this heavy reliance on this one type of food. It's like the one thing you can control in your life is this, your little cup of grapes or your little cup of almonds or whatever it is that you have every single day, and you just can't function without it. And then when all of a sudden you can't stand the sight or the smell or the texture or something ruins it, and then it just doesn't feel healthy to fixate on a food like that necessarily.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. And it's definitely tied. I agree that it's likely tied to probably the hyperfixation part of it.
But anxiety.
Possibly even. Yeah. And the anxiety that comes with ADHD as well.
Anyway, it seems like a dysfunction. It seems like a disordered eating to me. It just made me think of it. But please continue. Skipping meals.
Speaking of disordered eating, people with ADHD. So let me backtrack a little bit. So when it comes to eating disorders, current research tells us that while ADHD doesn't cause eating disorders, there are overlapping symptoms that suggest that ADHD contributes to eating disorders.
Oh,
so
interesting.
So research shows that people with ADHD are nearly 4 times as likely as those without the condition to develop an eating disorder. So one does not cause the other, but they are correlated. There is a strong correlation, and the overlap is there that would make the likelihood of one with the other stronger.
That's fascinating. And I would wonder, I wonder what the research would indicate about people who are diagnosed with ADHD versus the ones who aren't, and what the difference looks like. Because to me, so a lot of eating disorders, they're not specific to women. They're not unique to women. We know men suffer from eating disorders as well. However, you do hear about them more commonly with women who are underdiagnosed with ADHD. So that would be fascinating to find out for me.
Yeah, I didn't come across anything like that when I was researching, but I wasn't specifically looking for it.
Got it.
So it's entirely possible that it's there. I think there is a lot more emerging science between like ADHD and the connection to like
literally everything.
Yeah. And I think this connection between eating disordered or disordered eating and ADHD, because there is such a strong correlation, if we can get people in office who like to pay for science, maybe we'll see more science.
That would be great.
But anyway, specifically, like specific examples of what I did find is that, say, for people with anorexia, emotional dysregulation can fuel the negative emotions and self-talk that leading to believing that people won't love you unless you're perfect and look perfect. So it's the emotional dysregulation part of ADHD that can exacerbate or fuel the negative emotions that all the people who have anorexia are already experiencing.
Interesting.
And then kind of on the flip side of that, impulsivity is strongly connected to binge eating disorder.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you have to say about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then additionally, ADHD can contribute to struggles with managing chronic illnesses like type 2 diabetes and heart disease, which we know we do have research that shows us that people with ADHD are more likely to have these 2 types of chronic illnesses. Like, wow. I have type 2 diabetes, and I'm pretty sure that, skipping lunch and binge eating mozzarella sticks and fruit snacks is not helping my blood sugar. So,
I mean, fair. Also, though, it's just, it's a lot to manage all at once, right? And that just makes the executive dysfunction worse because it's so much to manage all at the same time. In addition to your regular executive dysfunction, now you also have to think about what you eat in a specific kind of way. Like, it's just a lot.
Right. Yeah. And I think I started noticing more of a change in the way practitioners deal with ADHD and chronic illness kind of in the last couple of years. Because there are a lot of, general practitioners that just are not well versed enough in ADHD, and they'll be like, diet and exercise. And it's like, okay, cool. But I have all of these issues kind of standing in my way from making diet and exercise accessible to the way that our medical professionals wish it would be. So if you are experiencing chronic illnesses or an eating disorder that is exacerbated by ADHD, my recommendation is to reach out to clinicians who are well versed in ADHD and its effects on diet, and very important to look for specialists who are board certified and have advanced degrees in whatever they specialize in. Because when it comes to ADHD and it comes to nutrition, there are a lot of people out there who don't have any of that specialized education, and it can just be really, really bad. In the US, I'm pretty sure it's broadly across the US that a registered dietitian is a board certified medical specialist. Sometimes states have different kind of terminology for different titles, but I'm pretty sure that in the US, a registered dietitian is a board certified specialist throughout the country. A nutritionist, on the other hand, is kind of it's a very ambiguous title. So a nutritionist might be a board certified specialist in something, or they might just be an MLM hun who took a weekend training in Tampa or something and now can call themselves a nutritionist.
Yeah, I was going to put a word of caution out there. I'm sure you would agree that the social media nutritionist is not, or even dietitian, like until you have a way to verify their certification, getting ideas from them is one thing, but please take those ideas to someone who is reputable and is licensed and certified. And do not take all of your advice from Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. There was some trend that I heard, the lemon water trend. Have you heard of this? No. It's going around on TikTok. It's like people putting lemon in their water. Now, there's nothing wrong with lemon water, but like having it be the only thing you're drinking all the time. Lemon is highly acidic. It is eroding people's teeth at a rapid rate. And then you have this push to eliminate fluoride from drinking water, but also people are using fluoride-free toothpaste, which is not good for you because fluoride strengthens your teeth. So now you have this epidemic of people literally eroding their teeth away with lemon water because they're like, I've never felt so good. It's because you're drinking water. It's because you're drinking water. It's not because you're drinking lemon water. It's because you're putting water into your body. Like, so just don't take your ADHD food advice only from the internet. Look at reputable websites like Attitude Mag, Psychology Today. These are great sources to get information about this. And then when you need additional help, which you very well may, please seek out someone who is certified and reputable. At the very least, talk to your primary care physician first and get sources from them. Like they can at least guide you in the right direction or give you a referral or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's take a break. Next week, we're going to talk about all the ways to kind of manage this, tips and tricks to get yourself back on track if food is something that you struggle with as an ADHD person. For now, though, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey, y'all. POV. You find a diary exposing forbidden magic, and the hot museum caretaker's life depends on you burning it. Roots in Ink, the debut novel by Ariella Monti, is the fantasy romance for rebels. Use promo code CK and GK to get 20% off your copy at ariellamonti.com. Again, that's all caps CKANDGK for 20% off on ariellamonti.com. Get your copy for 20% off today. Stinking lemon water. What is wrong with people? Don't do that to yourself.
Because those people are probably selling special lemon water or special water bottles for the lemon water. And they're just trying to make, more money.
Like you're drinking water with like electrolytes or something in it. Just have like a half a cup of Gatorade and call it good. Don't do that to yourself. Anyway. Okay. We are back. We are back now. And let's talk about what we are currently hyperfixated on. Gimme.
I am currently hyperfixated on the book that I am reading. It's Ritual Income by B.L. Brown, who is a friend of mine. She's a fellow author in the North Carolina area. And I have been staying up way too late reading it. So I am tired. Like,
what?
Not enough sleep.
What is the book? What is the book about?
It is a urban fantasy romance.
Okay.
Witchy urban fantasy romance for people who enjoy, I would say, paranormal romance with witches and cryptids and vampires and overarching bureaucratic, overseen by, like, what does it remind me of? It sort of reminds me of Supernatural.
Okay.
But if there was some kind of, like, bureaucratic government that sort of controlled all of the creepy crawlies and vampires and witches and stuff that kind of just existed in the United States that, like, Sam and Dean Winchester would, like, go and kill.
It's giving Volturi from Twilight a little bit. For the bureaucratic piece is what you just reminded me of. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You know the Volturi. Did you read Twilight? I did.
I read the first one and I hated it.
Oh, incorrect. Incorrect. I loved it. But also the way you just, like, listed off all these mythical creatures. There's that episode of Parks and Rec where they read Twilight and it becomes, like, a whole thing. And Donna's like, oh, I'm into everything with beasties, zombies, vampires. And she talks about how if she had a minute with Robert Pattinson, he'd forget all about Kristen, whatever her name. That was the vibe you just gave. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up the episode. It's in, like, season 3, I think. But it's the one with Will. Oh God, what is his name? His name's not Will. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's the guy who plays Kelly, the Parks and Rec guy who's into Twilight.
I can't remember.
He was on SNL.
Oh my God.
He played the last man on Earth.
Oh
my God, this is going to drive me nuts. I'm going to look this up right now because I can't handle it. Last man on Earth. The last man on Earth. Who was it? Will Forte. It was Will. I was right. It was Will Forte. He plays the guy who is the... Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, now I remember this episode now. Yeah. Okay.
So
it's all coming back.
Beasties, zombies. And then, you have Tom, like, obsessed with it. Yeah, it's just really funny. Anyway, that's what you're giving.
It's a very good book.
All right.
And it's a series, so
you get to have more.
That
you get more.
Yes, I'm thankful awesome. I have the next book. This is the downsides of being an author, is that most of your friends are authors, and you read their books, and they suck you in with their good books.
I don't think that's a bad thing to be sucked in by a book, because my current hyperfixation is catching up on laundry. So I'd rather be into what you are doing.
It's bad when you don't have time and money.
And then you end up staying up all night and you want to buy the books. I get it. Right. I got you. I see what you're saying.
Right. But I should also be catching up on laundry because it has been sitting in the corner of my bedroom for a very long time now.
I feel like I can't stop doing it. Not that I have, it's not that I need to do it. It's, it's not like, oh, there's laundry and I need to get it done. It's not like that. It's like, what can I pick up off the floor? What blanket needs to be washed? And I'm just picking it up and throwing it in. It's like I don't know what it is, but I've just been like, I need to do it. I need to do it because it's satisfying a dopamine hit or something to fold it all or put it all, like, have it done. I don't know what it is, but it's something. And it's really getting to me.
I feel like I need that. Can you, like, pass a little bit of that to me?
Girl,
I need dopamine.
There's so much that I would give away if I could. If you needed a little extra, there's a lot of extra things on my body that I'd be willing to give away. Hyperfixation. The number of times I told my friends who are part of the IBTC, if they need a little something extra, I will happily donate to them. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Did you get anything done? The book?
I finally finished my novella.
Yay!
And sent it to my beta readers. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I saw the first chapter of the one you sent out of what you sent out in your email newsletter
Earlier?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Week. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I have been trying to get this thing revised, and it has been on the back burner for one reason or another. Some of it was like traveling, some of it was just it being summer and the kid not being in camp.
Yeah.
But I finally got it done and sent it to my beta readers. And so now it's their problem.
It'll be yours.
I can ignore it.
Worry.
Yeah, it'll be my problem in a month. And then I send it to my editor, and it's her problem.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm glad I finally got that.
Yay,
done,
that's exciting.
It was stressing me out.
Yeah.
So
well, my task is catching up on laundry. That's all I've gotten done. I'm just kidding. I'm just knocking it out. Like just finishing it up, putting things away, like fold, the way that we do laundry in our house is we have a basket on top of the dryer for each one of us, and all the clothes get put into that basket, at least, and the grown-ups have to go take their baskets and put them away at their own. If you want to live out of your basket, that's fine, because as long as it's not taking up space in the dryer, I don't care. Like do what you know what I mean? Do what you want with it. But the basket for some people in this house, not me, one other person is powering. Like the t-shirts are like leaning because I've just been knocking it out, man. Just getting as much of it done as I can. So that's me getting things done. Only that thing, nothing else. There you go.
But you know what? When I do finally get like my laundry put away and stuff, like it is so much easier and so much less stressful to get like dressed in the morning when like you don't have to dig through a laundry basket looking for underwear. Yeah. Like you can just go to the spot where your underwear belongs and just grab a pair.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, well, and my laundry room, you've been to my house, so you know, like I have 3 very large windows in the front hallway of my house, and I have to walk past them to get to the laundry room. And the number of times that I have run past those windows not completely covered up is an infinity. So I just having my clothes, like laundry put away, is so satisfying. It does all the good. That's a dopamine hit for sure.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Well,
I'm jealous.
Here, you can take some of my laundry energy.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, let's wrap this one again. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to us on your favorite podcast app, you should do that now, because next week we're talking about all the ways to manage those food and ADHD issues that go hand in hand. So some tips and tricks to help you not be hangry and to manage those impulsivity and other executive dysfunction issues. So as Jenny would say, make good choices. Have only one handful of gummy nerd clusters, not 2 or 3 or 7. And Caitlin, and love you, mean it. Bye.
Bye.
Hey friends, thanks for listening to the CK and GK podcast. Find us at CK and GK podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or anywhere else that you pod. See you next time.